We're in the Place Saint-Vincent in Nantes, France, and hidden behind the doors of this restaurant is an unusual establishment. Here we dine under the vaults of a former chapel.
Have you made your choice? When I came to visit, I was completely won over. When you're standing downstairs, you really don't expect to find such a place upstairs.
Religious buildings are becoming increasingly exploited nowadays. An investor bought what was left of this 16th century chapel after the Second World War bombings.
To begin with, it was a 600-metre square cabaret. It was in operation between the 1950s and 70s. Then from 1970, it was taken over by a new owner who separated the restaurant from the nightclub.
The chapel was divided into 2 levels, and it's no longer mass wine being served downstairs. Religious buildings are currently all the rage, as we see with this former church also in Nantes. It's recently been renovated and is now used as a showroom for an interior design company.
This is actually an old Jesuit chapel. It was their private chapel. Only they had access to it. You can see the altar. This was where the Jesuits conducted their private mass. We instantly thought that it would be a good idea to place ultra-modern furniture in such an old place.
The contrast is striking. The place is completely unique. This designer felt it was essential to not make too many changes.
We did not make huge changes in the old chapel. We simply painted the floor white. Here we have the old mezzanine that we have turned into a meeting room. And you can see the baluster that we have conserved.
And behind the wall is another showroom of impressive proportions, situated in the main nave. The architecture of these religious monuments is becoming trendy and can be adapted in many ways. They can even be slept in. This former 12th century abbey has been transformed into a quaint hotel.
It was a very important place. There were over 500 monks here. There, you can still see the ogives from the time of the Cistercians.
It's a magnificent sight and bears witness to the influence of the church several centuries ago at just 50 kilometers north of Paris. We have the impression we're seeing a little bit what it was like to be a monk in times gone by.
Visitors are transported to another place. There is a mystical feel to this place. We have the impression the walls have resonance, which is very pleasant. We have really tried to maintain a feel of a family home here.
Nowadays, religious buildings are enjoying a new lease of life and are even designer. It's a new way of bringing people back to places that in most cases have been abandoned by worshippers.